pass on the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Cougars are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Mahad. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Looking to fire. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's got the back in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Bearcats will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Might be calling a hot route. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Grab near the marker. It's Rich. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Mahad. Gets it out fast. Still running at the 40. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Inside the 25. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He wants it all. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
And how was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines. It stands on the result of the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Here's the handoff. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout, Cincinnati.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Houston.
Houston sends the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Certainly not the greatest of kicks there, and they'll down it inside their own 40. So it's 1st down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Who knows, maybe being on the right hash will help him from 55 yards out. He can just take a big swing. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Mahan. Here comes the heat. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Bearcats will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Starting this 3rd quarter on the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pre-firing. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this 2nd half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for a big play downfield. And they can't hook up on the big... And that brings up a 4th down.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
He'll field the punt. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work.
42 spot.
Complete to the left. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Looking for a man. It's Mahan. Steps away. Now he's looking into the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't...
Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Here's the pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short, using his feet to buy time. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
The Bearcats will go for it here on 4th down. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
I'll tell you what, Reason, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. There he goes. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Gain of 21 on the play. And that's a 1st down for the offense.
The Cougars come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Got his man. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
And his throw is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
The option look. He'll pitch it. Got enough for the first. Explosive run into the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 16.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
And the Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Dumps it off in the flats. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Caught near the sideline. It's White. He steps out of bounds, but he's got first down on the play.
Beautiful job by the wide receiver because he knew where the first down sticks were, and he adjusted his route accordingly.
Looking to throw on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Brings up second down.
That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
Defensively on 3rd and long, you are dropping deep. You are making sure you get at least to the sticks. They got a long way to go. Don't let them throw the football. Make them throw it underneath. And how about this quarterback? He does an unbelievable job scrambling around, now hitting the gas, picks up so many yards. Now he makes it a 4th down and management. So much easier on the offense.
Man, it is do or die time right now for this offense playing at home, and the quarterback just takes the play over. On 4th down, knowing they're trailing, doing anything he can to scramble, find a way to keep this team alive in front of this home crowd. This is going to go down to the wire.
That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on 1st down, open up the entire playbook.
And just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them is just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
And this is what's so great about play action. The run fake sucks those linebackers up, and it just creates so much more space for these receivers to operate. Beautiful execution by the offense.
Under fire. Oh, what a move. You know those defenders wanted to light him up. Quarterback wisely gets down with the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. A little screen to the running back. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. They move on top here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets a block. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Gee. Breaks into the open. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Until that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Got his man downfield. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect and keep the drive going.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. They're going to get him, and this offense now has even more work to do. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush. It's just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Chains keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. third down. He'll try to pick it up through the air. Touchdown, Houston. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small. But the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Going right to work up top. Catch in the middle, it's Rich. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Cunningham. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
And the Bearcats can really attack on this 2nd and short.
42,
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Trying to escape and get it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense. Get him to the ground for no gain.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. And some room to work. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a 1st down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, and no doubt that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
I know it hasn't always been pretty for this guy throughout the course of the game, but David, he has shown tremendous mental toughness. He just keeps going back on the field, and he keeps taking his shots. He looked really good on that last drive throwing the football, and now gives his team the lead.
And he has struggled. That's his first passing touchdown. But in the moment when his team needed it the most, in a 2-minute drill when it's the hardest, he puts it together, goes down the field, and takes the lead for his football team.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, obviously in this situation, you need a touchdown to win the game, and they're being aggressive. They're taking shots down the field. You got to remember, you're probably not going to be able to get it all back on one throw. You got to be smart. Quarterbacks got to make good decisions. You got to be able to get the ball out, but be smart about your play call.
Makes the grab on the right. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. To the air on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
He just took a shot down the field, didn't get it, so you've got time for one more play. Everybody thinking Hail Mary right now. I know the odds don't say you're going to come up with it, but, man, we have seen crazy things happen in college football.
So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He'll set up to throw. Bring in the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. And a great way for this defense to finish off this game as time has expired.